Hi, it's John here from the Home Recording Studio, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I created my own virtual instrument using Decent Sampler. I'm going to break down the whole process and I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do the same as me and create your own virtual instrument. And stick around to the end of the video and I'll reveal to you a special discount code which you can use at my online store, Tangerine Sounds. So let's get started. For me, it all started with an idea, and that was to create drum samples from unusual objects. I had been inspired by the guys over at Lo-Fi Sounds who had created a sample pack entirely from their childhood toys. I decided to take this further and use cat toys as the raw sounds, and then later I decided to make the sample pack into a virtual instrument. So there are a few things to consider when deciding what type of virtual instrument to make. You should ask yourself, has anybody else created this instrument? How can I make it unique or different in some way? And also ask yourself, what do you have access to that other people might not have access to? If you need further inspiration, why not head over to the Piano Book website, and here you'll find hundreds of virtual instruments created by people just like you, ranging from amateurs to professionals. Next, you need to record the samples. I gathered up all the cat toys that I could find and selected the best ones for potentially giving me some interesting sounds. Now, the cat toys alone were not enough, so I also selected a wooden cat bed, some food bowls, and even a bag of cat litter, which I thought would come in handy. Then I gathered all these objects together and a bunch of microphones and set to recording. So for example, for the kick drum, I selected microphones which were likely to give me the best results, such as the AKG D112, but I also paired this with a PZM or boundary microphone, which you often find placed inside of kick drums, and both of these were to optimize that low end frequency that I knew I would need for the kick drum. Another example is for some of the smaller cat toys. I used a contact mic, and this gave me a very intimate, close sound which captured the surface of the very small objects, and this came in useful later on. Now, you can experiment with whatever microphones that you have access to, but just make sure you get some clean, good quality recordings, because you're going to use these later as the raw materials in the sound design stage. Next up, how do you actually take those raw sounds that you've recorded and turn them into something usable as a virtual instrument? So I used various techniques here, some of them which were inspired by a video by Venus Theory, which I will leave a link to. And in this video, he uses plugins such as ring modulators, bit crushers, and a great plugin by Denise Audio called Noise, which really helped me take my kick drum sounds to the next level. So just to demonstrate some of those techniques, if we listen to some of the raw sounds, that's from the PZM mic, and then what I did was blend that with the other kick drum mic, and with a bit of EQ you come up with something like this. But then if you want to start adding in some texture for the mid and high range of the kick drum, we've got a plugin called Noise 2 which adds some subtle noise. Then we've got a ring modulator plugin which further enhances that texture. We've got My Crush, which is a bit crusher. Bit of EQ from Pro Q. Compression from the Wolf compressor. So now it sounds more like a kick drum, right? And then we've got some final tweaks that we can do with the SPL Transient Designer. just to tweak that attack and sustain. The first batch of samples that you come up with might not be the final versions. Be prepared to go back to them and revise them, try and make them better, combine different samples together. One good way of testing out samples is to put them into a track that you might be working on and see how those sounds sit within the context of a full track, not just the drums on their own. I eventually came up with a sample pack full of sounds that I was happy with, and the next stage was to then take those sounds and put them into a decent sampler instrument. Creating the decent sampler instrument can be broken down into 3 different areas, and those are scripting, GUI design, and testing. Let's start with scripting. So Decent Sampler doesn't have a GUI for creating instruments such as Contact or Logic Sampler, so you can't just drag and drop your samples in and map them across a keyboard visually. So you're going to have to get familiar with scripting, and this is where AI can help, and I did find ChatGPT helpful, but do please remember that AI coding will make mistakes, and I found that I did have to keep reminding it that there are certain limitations within Decent Sampler. For example, a lot of the problems that I was trying to solve, ChatGPT would try and solve it with if-then logic, but this is something that Decent Sampler is not capable of. In the end, I found it better to learn the scripting by downloading examples which you can find on the Decent Sampler GitHub repository. Here you can download the examples, have a look at the presets and how they work, and then try and alter these examples to make them work within your instrument. At this stage, you should also consider the graphical user interface and at least have some idea of the dimensions, so that you can then decide how many controls and effects that you have, as this will have a knock-on effect later. But before deciding what effects you want to use, it's best to check what Decent Sampler is capable of. And again, looking on the Decent Sampler website under the developer resources, checking the manual, looking at examples, that will help you there. But be aware that you may have to combine several effects together to get the desired effect that you want. One example from my instrument is the color control, which is achieved by combining several effects such as chorus, distortion, EQ and gain, all into one macro control. As well as the Decent Sampler website and GitHub, you should also check out the Piano Book Discord server. This has a dedicated page for Decent Sampler, and you can ask questions and get advice from here too. Next, you will need to create the graphics for the GUI design, and here you can get really creative. For example, I chose to base my graphics around a vintage style mixing desk, and I used a combination of AI generated images using Adobe Firefly, and then took these images into Adobe Photoshop, where I could manipulate them further, and then you can start adding in backgrounds, text and everything else. And then after testing and feedback, things were refined and I came up with this as the final design. You'll also need to create graphics for the various controls, including the knobs and sliders and buttons. And here I found the Knobman website to be really useful. Here you can find hundreds of designs and you can download them free, and then it's just a case of connecting these images to your script so that a different image is shown based on the position of the knob or slider. Next is beta testing, and I found this to be an incredibly important part of the process. After I found some willing beta testers, I received some fantastic feedback and requests for extra features which I never would have thought about on my own. This stage really pushed me in a good way, and I was able to achieve a lot more than I originally thought. For example, the saturation or colour control, which I mentioned earlier, and I also managed to combine controls for sustain and decay. I was able to add hi-hat and ride cymbals, which I hadn't thought about in the original release. And finally, I was able to show and hide tooltips so that the user could decide when to see these on screen. Before releasing the final version, I made some promo tracks in Logic using my instrument, making sure that there were no oversights here and everything felt good to use in a musical way. It's very important, so you can use this to promote the instrument later. And after that, I was ready to launch. You might also be wondering where you can share or sell your finished decent sampler instrument. And I would say if you are starting out, then check out the Piano Book website first and make it available to download for free. You can also try Gumroad. You can always create your own website on Shopify like I did, and you can even sell your instrument through the Decent Sampler website like I also do. And as you've made it to the end of this video, I have a special promo code for you to use and get a massive 30% off my Cat Toy Drums virtual instrument. All you have to do is head over to tangerinesounds.com and use the code CAT30 at checkout and receive your discount. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave me any questions about making decent sampler instruments below in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.